Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for being here. Today we are gonna try to fit a whole day in Toronto into a $20. Let's see if that's possible. So for the very first stop, we are gonna head to High Park. High Park is actually known for many things, like for example cherry blossoms in the springtime, but one of the really cool things in High Park that somehow I've only been once is the High Park Zoo. So over here, let me show you all of the cool animals that are in here. And by the way, the entry here is completely free. So this is definitely one of those great things to check out in the beginning of the day. And it's definitely tons of fun. Right away, you will see some gorgeous peacocks. In there were about 3 boys and 3 girls. And over here, there's a number of sheep. One of them was really interested in having a snack, and the other ones were just kind of chilling. Over here is a bison. So there's actually 2 of them. One is all the way over there, and for some reason at first I only saw the one that was the furthest away, and here I was trying to film it thinking that's the only one, only to realize that there was a huge bison right in front of me, just relaxing. I thought this was a rock because he was so still, but it was really cool that he was so close. The zoo also has a number of Highlander cows. These are gorgeous. These are the ones that are like really furry, and somehow they got very popular on TikTok in the last year or so. There are 2 girls here and 1 boy. This one is a girl, and over here she's enjoying her Christmas tree. This one was a boy, and he was a little more rambunctious. He was kind of throwing the tree from time to time. It was really adorable to see. There's just definitely something about being close to the animals that just puts a smile on your face. And over here is an emu. This guy or a girl, I don't know, was definitely trying to pose for us and was looking at us, and I love the honey colored eyes. So gorgeous. And in terms of the poo, in case you're wondering, this is where the poo ends up. And then later on, because this is a high park, this is a fairly large park, it is used on the flowers in the summer. And over here, there's a number of llamas. I think there were about, gosh, good 8 to 10 of them. They were mainly over there kind of eating, but these 2 guys or girls were in front of us, and it was adorable to kind of see them up close. There was a bench right in front of the llamas, so you can definitely sit down and just kind of watch them, and you know, they're also gonna watch you. And of course, please no feeding of the animals. So that was it for the High Park Zoo, and now if you would like to, you can stop over at the Grenadier Cafe. And over here we just went inside to see what they have. You can definitely have breakfast in here, but I also loved their pies and just puddings over here and cakes. We did not want to do that just yet because we're trying to save. And over here is just really beautiful view. Overall, High Park is definitely, you can explore it for hours. We really did not have the time because we have a whole itinerary ahead of us. So we are continuing with our day. Now, before I go any further, I want to quickly talk to you about kind of like the transportation. So I assume that you're staying in downtown Toronto, but to get to High Park and get back to the city is about $3.30. You can pay that amount twice, or you can pay the day pass, which is $13.50. It's really your call. I only needed to get to High Park and then get back downtown Toronto, so I only paid the $6, what is it, 80 cents for the 2 transit fees. And over here is another suggestion. This is near High Park. This is called Loga's Corner L. They have 2 locations actually very close to High Park, and for $9 you can have momos. So specifically beef momos are kind of like they're known. And over here right away we were given these yummies, and make sure to have the spicy sauce on it. I really like this. I don't think these are made to order because they appeared right away, but they were still really fresh and really yummy, and the mango lassi was amazing as well. But I'm not going to be counting this meal. I just wanted to show you in case you want to eat here. It is actually a great price. That's why I didn't want to take it out. And now we are back to the kind of central Toronto. This is Graffiti Alley. It's kind of like the corner of Queen Street and Spadina, and it's just a really cool, fairly long alleyway with a lot of graffiti. I definitely love it. There's always something new each year that happens here, that is added here. And there's a lot of raccoons, because raccoons kind of like a thing for Torontonians. And over here, right next to the Graffiti Alley, we have Chinatown. And in general, Chinatown is very interesting. There's lots of unique fruits. Over here, you can have like a grapefruit for $1. You can definitely have a snack from one of the stores and just kind of enjoy the Chinatown of it. If you've, especially a tourist, if you've never been, it's very interesting. Specifically, I was here for Hong Kong Island Dim Sum House. The prices here, as you can see, are very cheap. $1.99, $1.60, very unusual for Toronto, because nothing seems to be that cheap in Toronto anymore. They also have dim sum, and they also have the dumplings. Fortunately, those guys only took cash, and I did not have cash, so have cash, because they actually price-wise a little bit better. But right around the corner there were Juicy Dumplings, and I love them. They're a little more expensive. They're not very expensive, but they're a little slightly more expensive, but they do take cards. So over here they give you a number. My total was $12.40 for 2 sets of dumplings. One were fried and one were not fried, and both of them were beef. That was enough for me for the whole day. That was actually plenty. I almost couldn't finish it. So definitely counting those $12.40 as the lunch money. And over here we are at the AGO, kind of like making our way. At this point I'm walking, I'm not spending any money on the transit. Over here I'm at the AGO. If you're under 25 years old, you can go to AGO, which is Art Gallery of Ontario, for free. It's amazing gallery. You have to check it out. I've been there numerous times. I was just checking out the Harry Potter store across. So this is called Wizard Market, and it's essentially Harry Potter themed shop. And to me, that was very interesting. So basically, in here is your choice. Either check out the Harry Potter market, or you go to AGO and enjoy the art. Now we're continuing heading east, and at this point we're kind of getting closer and closer to Yonge and Dundas Square, and this is Uncle Tetsu Cheesecake. Of course, they are very well known for their actual cheesecakes. So I am here not for that. I am here for their like little tarts, which I absolutely love. They're called cheese tarts. So there's original matcha and chocolate, and they're $3.95, but with tax, because of course Ontario has 13% tax, that's going to be $4.50 for each of them. And my favorite is definitely matcha, though all of them are good. Honestly, all of them are good. So if you can, try them all, but we're trying to be on a budget here. So here's my $4.50 matcha tart, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. It hits every time. Definitely check out the Dundas Square, especially if you're a tourist. But also, if you go slightly north of Dundas Square, this is called World Food Market. It's walkable distance. And I'm going to link, by the way, all of these locations down below so that you can see it on Google Maps. But if you put World Food Market, it will pop up. It's an interesting place. It has all of these unique stalls with like tacos and things like that. We are here for this interesting cup. This was $11. It's essentially mangoes with tahini and like spices. And there's a table and you're only allowed to sit there for 20 minutes. I don't know why, because there was nobody around me. I'm actually not going to suggest this, but I wanted to show you because it's fairly unique. So the problem with this cup was that the mangoes were so raw that I could not eat it. I like the spices on top. There was like sweet and sour. I loved actually the spices. But if you're ever going to get that cup, make sure that the mangoes, you can even ask them that the mangoes are nice and soft. Do not get it if they were unripe like they were that time. And now continuing walking east, we are at the Island Gardens. So right now the kind of middle portion of the gardens is closed for renovations, but do not worry, the east and west portions are still open. You just kind of have to go around it. It's not that much of a walk. So one portion has these turtles and it has like this water mill, and that's the portion that also has a lot of orchids. And it also has this lovely pond with insane amount of fish. And the fish definitely were interested if, you know, we're trying to see if I would give them any food, because like it was right there, kind of as soon as you stand by the fish, they come over. But of course, you know, no feeding of the fish. They do get fed. But yes, it's a beautiful pond, it's a beautiful greenhouse, and of course one of the coolest things about it is that it's warm and it is free. Here's the other portion, the other side. This has more of the succulents, more of like cacti. Definitely really gorgeous and beautiful place to check out. They have also some seats over there, some benches that you can just sit and relax. Okay, so here's the fun part. Let's calculate how much I spent for the whole day. So the transit was $6.80 because I only used it twice and the rest I was walking. Next up, the lunch at Juicy Dumpling was $12.40. Uncle Tetsu tart was $4.50, which comes to a total of $23.70, which is $3.70 over budget. Which is okay, it happens. We still managed to do this whole day in Toronto, which is a very expensive city, for $23.70, which is win in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you would like to see more videos such as these. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you next time. Bye.